Hi guys, it's Lynette. Let's make some chocolate dipped strawberries and put them in a cute little Valentine's Day box. First things first, let's set up our double boiler. We have a pot here that I filled a little bit less than halfway with water. We're going to take a bowl and see if that bowl will fit on top without touching the water. We don't want the bottom of the bowl to actually touch the water. Bowl is dry, looks good. All right, set the bowl to the side, put the pot on the stove and let the water come to a boil. All right, this pound of chocolate from Trader Joe's works really, really well. I'm going to use about half of this 1 pound block and I'm going to break this block up into my bowl. This is milk chocolate. This is a good brand. Ghirardelli makes a good brand as well. I don't like to use chocolate chips, so try to get a good quality chocolate when you're making these chocolate dipped strawberries. All right, our chocolate looks good. Set it to the side. We're going to wash our strawberries. And then we're going to take our strawberries and put them on paper towels so that they dry. Once your strawberries are on your paper towels, we'll take another paper towel and just blot the top to make sure the top of the strawberries is dry as well. Set those to the side. We have another tray here. We're going to cover with parchment paper, set it to the side. Now for our strawberries, we're either going to use skewers or we're just going to use our hands to dip our strawberries. I'll show you both ways. If you decide to use a skewer, you're going to take your skewer and just insert it into the stem part of your strawberries. If you're going to dip with your hand, which is a method I prefer, you just want to grab the leaves and just make sure they're peeled all the way back to give you a nice grip on your strawberry, just like this. And that's how we'll dip our strawberry. We'll talk about both of those methods a little bit later on in the video. All right, our water is boiling. We're going to take our bowl of chocolate and set it right on top. Remember, the water is not touching the bottom of the bowl. I'm going to reduce the heat to medium-high, and we're just going to allow our chocolate to slowly melt. Make sure you grab an oven mitt to hold onto that bowl while you're moving your chocolate around. Then periodically, I'm going to take my spoon and just kind of move my chocolate around. I'm not going to stir too much because I don't want to whip a lot of air into my chocolate and cause air pockets and bubbles in my finished product. So every once in a while, just give it a stir just to help it kind of, move around and melt evenly. And then you just pull your spoon out and just let it melt a little bit more. All right, so this looks good. It took about 5 minutes for my chocolate to melt. We're going to move the pot and the bowl over to our workstation. You want to keep your bowl over the warm water just so that it stays nice and soft for you to be able to dip your strawberries. All right, I tilted my bowl a little bit so I have a nice pool of chocolate. We're going to start with the ones that without the skewers. And you can see I'm just dipping my strawberries on all sides in this chocolate. Give it a little shake. And then transfer your strawberry to your parchment lined sheet. All right, let's do another one without the skewer. Get a nice grip. I'm just dipping on each side to make sure that strawberry is fully covered. Looks good. Transfer it to your parchment lined sheet. All right, let's dip some of the ones with the skewer. Same method. You just have a skewer, which gives you a little bit more control if you're not used to just handling it without the skewer. You just want to dip your strawberry on all sides, give it a little shake, and put it right onto your parchment paper. All right, let's do one more. I'm trying to give you a nice view. There you go. Looks so good. Put it right onto your parchment paper. We're going to do the same thing with the rest of our strawberries, and then we're going to pop them in the refrigerator until the chocolate hardens. All right, so these look really, really good. They've been in the refrigerator for maybe about 25 to 30 minutes. And then I'm just going to gently remove the skewer. So I'm just putting one finger on the top of the strawberry and just pulling that skewer out. So I have a little bit of chocolate left in the bowl. I'm going to use this fork just to put a little bit of design, I guess, on my strawberries. This is not necessary, but I just wanted to show you a few different ways for you to be able to decorate your strawberries. So we're just going to drizzle that chocolate to get those nice little lines of chocolate right on top. And you do this after the chocolate is hardened. So we're going to do another one. And then at this point, if you want to add any sprinkles or Valentine's Day embellishments, this would be the time to do it so that they will stick to the chocolate that is now soft on top of our strawberry. So I'm going to use a little bit of these Valentine's Day sprinkles. And I'm going to sprinkle them right onto the strawberries that we put our chocolate lines onto. Our little drizzle. So you can see they're sticking to our strawberries. You do not want to do this when you first dip your strawberries because all of the sprinkles would just slide off. It'll be way too much chocolate and they would just slide off. So I finished a couple more like that. I left some of them just regular, just to show you all the different ways to do it. Let that chocolate cool. Then I have two options for my Valentine's Day box. I have a box and then I have a heart-shaped container. I think I'm going to use the box for this. So what you want to do is just put some parchment paper crumbled up right into the bottom of your box. I'm going to use about 3 or 4 pieces. And you're just balling it up and stuffing it right into the bottom. This will give your strawberries a nice cushion to sit on top of. Because if you just put your strawberries right into the box, they'll just be all into the bottom of the box. And it doesn't look, that presentation is not what we want it to be. So you'll see it at the end. All right, so let's stuff it down. Don't worry, the strawberries have weight to them, so that will also push the parchment paper down. And I'm just going to top that with some shredded red paper that I got from the Dollar Tree. All right, looking good already. All right, so I have some gold and silver muffin cups that I got from Walmart for $1 and some change. I'm going to use silver. We're going to take our cold strawberries and just put our strawberries right into our silver muffin cups. You can use whatever color you like. It just looks really, really nice to put them into something. All right, so if you have some pieces with a little bit of extra chocolate, you can just break those pieces off. Sometimes I just leave it. It's really totally up to you. But when the chocolate is nice and cold, it's also hard, so it's easier to break it off. All right, so our strawberries are in our silver muffin cups. We're just going to start to arrange our strawberries in our box right on top of that shredded paper. And you may have to turn them different directions to make them fit. It's totally up to you. I just started to put them in there just to make it look pretty. And as you add them, you'll see. I think in the center, I'm going to add one of the ones with the Valentine's Day sprinkles. That looks good. And we're just going to keep on adding our strawberries. We're almost there. And I'm being very, very gentle. There we go. I think we can fit 2 more. All right, 1 more going in. And then what I like to do, I like to fill in any gaps with some type of candy. So I had some red fruities, and these work perfectly. If you have some little chocolate hearts or just anything you want to use, I just like to fill in any spaces just to add a little bit more pop to my box, a little bit more color, and some extra treats for your Valentine. So we're just going to put these in those little spaces. And it just brings a little bit more life to your box. Almost there. Looks so good. Alrighty. So once all of those spaces are filled in, 1 more in the corner, 2 more in the corner. I just couldn't help myself. I had to add a couple more. But once they're all filled in, your box is basically done. Looks really good. The only thing I do is I just add a piece of parchment paper right on top of the strawberry so that I can close the box. And it is done. Hopefully you all give these chocolate dipped strawberries a try, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.